Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to a Moss and Hip Hop video, and in today's video I wanted to talk on this whole situation with T.I., Tiny, and their son King. Now for those that missed it, just to overall give you guys like a little bit of a quick summary. Their son, T.I. and Tiny, their son King was trying to argue with them about he had like a rough life growing up, trying to make it seem like that he had the life like his parents had, where they was, struggling and all this other stuff, and it's like, fam, you have never struggled a day in your life, all right? You might have struggled to figure out which fast car you want, or what diamond watch you want, or what, chain you overall want. But you've never struggled on when am I gonna eat my next meal? How am I gonna get clothes on my back? It's all like, how am I gonna pay for, my bills and stuff? Fam, you are set for life. You have nothing to worry about. And the funny thing is like, if you sit down and you watch the video, because throughout the video he's talking about, oh, I'm standing on business. I'm like, fam, you have no business to stand on. All right, and the thing is this, if T.I. and Tiny, highly doubt they'll watch this video, but if they ever do get a chance to see this video, I'm sorry for sounding disrespectful or being disrespectful, but I would imagine somebody would say the same to me if I was carrying on that same way, or if I had kids that was carrying on that same way. And I can't be mad about it, because I'm like, fam, if it comes down between somebody giving my kid a reality check, or just allowing my kid to disrespect me, or pretty much what T.I. was saying, just embarrassing himself and the family, I'm like, fam, no, that kid gotta get a reality check. Or even if it's me, I know I gotta get a reality check. And yeah, the thing is this, I'm like, I guess to somewhat be on King's side, it's like, yeah, everybody gets into it with their parents at some point in time. I know I've had my fair share of arguments with my parents, but it's something where it's like, it's never got to a disrespectful level. I can say that, for myself and for my parents, it's like, it's never got to a point where it's been disrespectful. I had to say, if anything, it's a miscommunication. Once when we figure things out, we're like hanging out with one another as if nothing had ever happened. So that's why I'm like, fam, King 100% disrespectful to his parents, and I think a lot of people can vouch and say that he's being disrespectful to his parents. And if anybody agrees with what he said and did, where he's fighting with his dad and talking crazy about him on social, and the funny thing is like, that's what I seen was that he was talking crazy towards him on social media, and I'm like, T.I. doesn't come off as the type of person that be looking at through people's stories. It's like, if you got something to say to T.I., you say it to T.I.'s face. Now, I'm not trying to come off as a T.I. like fanboy or something. I'm not a T.I. fanboy. I'm trying to think how many songs. It's just, I know of T.I. I grew up listening to his music and watching his movies and stuff, but I can't say that I'm like a T.I. fanboy. So if anybody does try to like jump in the comments all like, oh, you just nothing but T.I. fanboy and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's most likely people that don't want to take accountability for them being a King fanboy. And I'm like, and that's something that I've never even heard of. I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. Even to just say that out loud, I'm like, that is some crazy stuff, because it's like the majority of the fans that King has is from his family. It's from his parents. So that's why I'm like, fam, you're trying to go live on social media or post on social media, making it seem like that you're going to have people, unless you come out and you say some crazy things like, oh, my family was doing this to me when I was a child. My family would, fam, if anything, I'm like, it's funny how like they said that he's embarrassing the family, but I'm like, y'all did kind of embarrass him too with that little hidden fact talking about he was sucking on a pacifier at the age of 12. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, if there's anything that's embarrassing, it's that. But overall though, that's something where I'm like, I guess like if put myself in both situations where I'm the parent and I'm the kid. If I'm the kid, I'm just gonna walk away. If I find myself getting angry, if I find myself, I'm not gonna be live streaming, I'm not gonna be getting all in my parents' face trying to, no, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm not gonna put myself in that situation where I'm gonna be around them if I know I'm mad at them and stuff. I'm all like, hey, when we sit down, come to a point in time where we can talk and this miscommunication can stop, okay, cool. But other than that, I'm excluding myself from the situation. And if I'm the parent and yeah, my kid's getting in my face like that, I'm like, fam, you gonna have to remember who's the parent in this situation. And you might look at me as like, oh, I'm old and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, fam, I will drop kick you. I'm like, play with me if you want to. But and the thing is like, I know the day when I do have kids, I'm not going to be whooping them. I'm not going to be doing none of that crazy stuff, because I feel like that ain't really teaching the kid. And I'm not saying that T.I. and Tiny didn't teach their kids nothing, but overall, though, it's like, it's just one of those things where I just don't see myself doing that, because I do want my kid to grow up in a humble, lifestyle and stuff. And and it's like, I'm not saying that T.I. and Tiny, like, they didn't humble their kids and stuff, but I do think that, money got to this kid's head, and talking more so on King, but yeah, money got to his head, and he's just, he's just carrying on in a way where it's like, fam, that's not normal and stuff. So anybody will look at that and be like, how he's growing or how he's acting right now. Yeah, he let that money get to his head. And it's like, fam, it's either you come from a family of money or you came from the hood, but you can't have both. All right. And he's trying to plead his case, talk about he came from the hood. And it's like, fam, you might have driven through the hood in a Bentley, but that doesn't, you might know some people in the hood because of your connections with your dad or your mom, whichever, but that doesn't make you from the hood. Okay. You just have connections to the hood. That's it. That's all that you got. And that's all that you are going to get. So yeah, I just think that, with him, King, yeah, he just needs more humbling. He just needs to have it where it's like the chains, the cars, and he got a nice fancy house, all that stuff. And I guarantee and I promise you, that's all because of his parents. And if it wasn't for his parents, like, let's just say if his parents wasn't famous, they wasn't the famous musicians that we see before us and stuff, where would he overall be? He probably would be in the hood and stuff. But I guarantee and I promise you, he would be a lot more humble with his situation in life than where he's at right now. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections about this whole matter. Do you think T.I. and Tiny was right, or do you think King was right? I personally think T.I. and Tiny, they were right for, they just was more so confused on how he was carrying on. But yeah, I think King is in the wrong for how he was acting and stuff. So, but anyways, thank you guys for watching, and peace.